Hey guys, welcome to part 6 of this beautiful documentary. Now, let's not waste any time, let's just get this show on the road. And now we're up to the animated films that they have done without the help of Walt Disney at all, because I think, I don't know if it's either this one or, I think it might be Robin Hood actually, but I don't know, but it's either The Rescuers or The Robin Hood that is like the first fully Disney film, fully animated Disney film that didn't require Walt's help. Ah, yes, Don Bluth. It's kind of funny that like in later later on you will see that there are parts where I show Don Bluth as a threat to Disney, but like if you looked at the animation look back of Don Bluth, I made him as the hero, you know. It's one of the things that I've done with animation look back is that in a way it's like I'm trying to tell a story, and when I tell and I try to make like the studio that I'm talking about as like the main hero, and mostly the people who go against like the subject that I would talk about would usually portray as the villain. And it's kind of funny that like when you look at Disney and a little later on you'll see that sometimes I make Don Bluth look like a bad guy in this, and then if you look at my animation look back, Don Bluth, like I make him as the hero and I make Disney as like the bad guy, you know. Like in here I say it's like, hooray, Disney has gone really successful now. And then when Don Bluth, when it's like in animation look back Don Bluth, it's that now Disney has gone successful, Don Bluth is now screwed. It's interesting, you know. It's like storytelling, but in more like based on a true story way, you know. You know, The Rescuers, personally, I find that it's not that great of a Disney film. I find like it's okay, but it's not so great. It's just that it's a slow-paced action movie, and these are slow pacing and action movies don't really mix together, and like because like sometimes it just ends up being a bit boring, and you think that with The Rescuers you go on this grand adventure. It's like you do, but it's not all that great. You know, it's like even the scenes like when Orville would fly Bianca and Bernard around, or like the climax of the movie, it's not really that grand when the rest of the movie is just, it makes you like bored out of your mind, you know? Like even with the sad little music, like Be Brave Little One, it's good, but I don't know, if, like they could have done better. And I think The Rescuers is a good example, mainly because like if you have seen Rescuers Down Under, that film is what the original should have been, you know? And that's pretty much what they should have done. Yeah, Fox and the Hound, I do have a lot of people that I know have seen it, and they always say that they have cried when they've seen The Fox and the Hound. It truly is, in a way, it's a sad tale, you know? It's about like two friends, and when they're having fun as kids, but then when they grow up, they have to be like, end up being enemies. You know, it is a tragic tale, really. I remember seeing this this one video on YouTube. They did it like they try to portray that in a music video style, and it really touched my heart, really. Like personally, I haven't really seen The Fox and the Hound, but it really is a really touching animated film, I do have to say. But then suddenly they would have to make a sequel out of it, where, well, kind of a midquel, even though it's called Fox and the Hound 2, where I think this is the one where Copper joins like this dog band or something. I don't know if it's either that one or or Lady and the Tramp 2, but I don't know, it's either one, it just sounds really stupid. Like, it just kind of ruins the book, really. The Black Cauldron, personally, I find that it's more of a mixed bag in terms of animation, because like, there are some good things about it and there are some bad things about it. Like, the animation, I do have to say, it really is nice, and it's really interesting to see Disney going somewhere dark with their movies, because like there's a lot of other mediums that like Disney can go dark. I mean, if you've seen like in the Disney parks or something like that, it shows that they can go dark. And the Black Cauldron, you know, and especially the Horn King. Like, if there was any excuse for you to go watch the Black Cauldron, it's for the Horn King, because personally I find him to be the most underrated Disney villain ever. You know, he's very threatening. He looks scary. You know, he looks like a medieval Skeletor. You know, and he has major power. Although I think, oh, and also the Cauldron-born army. Just look at that. You know, that's his goal, is to summon an undefeatable army. And like, if you've seen the Cauldron-born army, they look freaky as all hell. And I think I may be repeating myself with what I said in my top 10 scariest Disney moments. I think he's at number 6 in my spot, but he really is an incredible villain. Like, I really do like the Horn King, but however, the cons of the film is definitely the other characters. The story could have been engaging, it could have been epic, but I find the characters just bland and unappealing. Like, Gurgi is just a bit annoying for me. Flutterflam is just, he's just this running gag with his broken string and stuff like that. It gets old really quick. And Taran and Eilonwy, I find that, well, I think that's how you pronounce Eilonwy. Ever since I read the script for this, it's like, it just, like, the names are so cryptic to me. Anyways, like, Taran and Eilonwy, they're just not that appealing as a character, you know? Those are like, it's just copy paste from so many other books, and I find their attitude, you know, they seem a bit like, for some reason, they remind me so much of the Zelda CDI games, like Link and Zelda. For some odd reason, they just remind me of them. And this film, why is the bat wearing a Mary Poppins hat? Anyways, this film, The Great Mouse Detective, however, unlike The Black Cauldron, that is a good film. It is witty, it's charming, it can be action-packed, and it's very humorous. This is one of the more, I would consider this one of the more funnier animated films because of Ratigan and stuff like that, but it's definitely I think this is definitely a good Disney film if you want to introduce your kids to. You know, I mean, this is definitely for them. And like, the only con I would give it is that the animation is not as good as any other Disney film, but like as the other Disney films, but other than that, it's really, really good. Yeah, thank you, Don. Yeah, this is what I meant, you know, like with the hero and villain thing. Right now, Don Bluth is the bad guy in all this. And so, yeah, that'll do for this part. I hope to see you next time, and see you later, dudes.